You have a limited amount of time to scavenge from the surrounding area to make ammo, barricade, traps, weapons, etc. Now whether or not that's a bad thing is entirely up to you. My point is, this is a crafting survival game first and a Metal Gear game second. Actually, it's not really a Metal Gear game at all now that I think about it, because really, what's the one thing you do most in a Metal Gear game?
Hide in a box, murder fathers and husbands, Psycho Mantis.
Sneak around, that's right. And that's the real elephant in the room here. There's not an actual focus on stealth in this game. Now don't get me wrong, the stealth is still there. There's just really no reward for playing stealthy. Take the backstab for example. It's a super powerful sneak attack that makes dealing with certain enemies and higher level areas in general much easier. And to its credit, that's exactly what it is. The sneak attack can melt through health of enemies at almost twice your level. However, you don't exactly need to be stealth to use it. So what could have been a neat little incentive for staying hidden is now more exploitable than a Dark Souls 2 backstab. And that's another big problem with Metal Gear Survive. There's not a clear balance between these two playstyles. Another example of this is the way the weapons work, more specifically, the guns. What do you mean, Dr. Jekyll? Well, let me ask you this. Who would win? A highly advanced gas-automated rifle, or literally a pointy stick? Now that I think about it, the beta itself doesn't really make sense. I know how redundant that sounds, but follow me on this. Typically when you think of a beta, you'd think of a limited experience with just enough content for players to really sink their teeth into and go nuts with. Metal Gear Survive is structured more like a sales pitch. In Metal Gear Survive, players defend a drill from zombies with cool shit they find in the wasteland. $60 please. What the fuck? That's a really fucking stupid way to structure a beta, don't you think?
Dr. Jekyll, I thought you said you liked this game, but you really seem annoyed with it.
Well, so far everything I criticized in the beta are pet peeves that can be easily fixed come the full release, in my humble opinion. Where the game really impresses me is this, or rather what this has been proven to be capable of. Now whether or not you liked the Phantom Pain, I think we can all agree that it was very open-ended. It gave the player a ton of freedom. Now, yes, I know there's like 3 different missions in the entire beta, but there are so many ways to tackle the missions. I've seen no barricade runs, no trap runs, no turret runs, Fortnite-style runs. There are so many different ways to tackle these missions.
Well, maybe that's just players trying to get the most out of a lackluster beta.
Okay, fair enough, I can totally see that. But I think there's more to it than that. Take a look at this little snippet from the reveal trailer. Now, before you admit me to a psych ward, let me explain myself. To me, this is proof that Metal Gear Survive will have just as much freedom as the Phantom Pain. How? Well, obviously an oil slick won't kill zombies by itself. But add the environment to the equation and boom, you just killed zombies with the equivalent of a wet floor. Meaning anything, no matter how useless, can have a purpose, given enough creativity. And that's the main reason why I'm optimistic for Metal Gear Survive. If we're gonna have the brainless fun of zombie games with this much player choice, we're looking at a damn fun zombie game. Not necessarily a Metal Gear game, but a pretty good zombie game. Until Days Gone comes out. All in all, Metal Gear Survive is shaping up to be a decent survival crafting game. I just don't get why they had to slap the Metal Gear brand over it. To me, this could have worked just as well if it was a new IP just using the Fox engine. I honestly think they didn't even want to make this a Metal Gear game. I mean, seriously, the story behind this is that after Mother Base's destruction, a fucking wormhole opens up in the sky and teleports you to another reality. That is the shittiest way to tie these two together. But if we were able to look past the Phantom Pain shitty story, I believe we'll be able to look past Metal Gear Survive shitty story. I just hope this game doesn't turn out like the other games I was optimistic about. Well, that's all I got to say about Metal Gear Survive, or its beta at least. Believe it or not, I'm genuinely curious about your thoughts on the game, so feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments, no matter how much of a hellfire awaits me. Also, please share this video around the internet, because I'd like to believe I actually put some thought and care into the video. Or at the very least, the fucking script. Also, the extra traffic will give the illusion that my channel isn't constantly on life support.